Inside the Lines is brought to you by Hendrick Honda of Charleston. When you buy a new or pre-owned vehicle, our Advantage program takes care of you for life. Make Hendrick Honda of Charleston your first choice for your next vehicle. Visit their showroom at 1478 Savannah Highway in Charleston or online at charlestonhonda.com. Welcome to another episode of Inside the Lines here on CofCSports.com. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Jeff McCarriger. We come to you today inside TD Arena here in downtown Charleston, taking a look at our Wall of Fame here around the concourse at the arena. Here's Matt Leeds, former all-conference baseball player. Speaking of baseball, baseball and softball just about ready to get underway here at CofC. How about the men's basketball team? They stay on a roll, and a big win for the College of Charleston women's basketball team as well. But we'll start with baseball. And before we hear from Monty and the guys, first let's check out the Southern Conference preseason poll that came out this week. We'll start with the preseason media poll, and there you see the College of Charleston. First place over Elon, right behind him. Sanford at number 3, Appalachian State and Georgia Southern round out the top 5, followed by Western Carolina, the Citadel, Furman at number 8, UNC Greensboro at number 9, and then Wofford and Davidson. The coaches poll a little bit different. College of Charleston preseason number 3, Elon and Western Carolina took the top 2 spots. Sanford at number 4, Georgia Southern rounds out the top 5, followed by Appalachian State, Furman, the Citadel, UNC Greensboro, and then at the bottom, Wofford and Davidson. Got a chance to catch up with the head coach of the College of Charleston, Monty Lee, and preseason Southern Conference Pitcher of the Year nominee, Matt Pegler, to talk about this season.
Well, I think we have, a lot of questions that will they'll only be answered when we start playing. I think the first 10 to 15 games of the season, we're going to have to see how our offense meshes as a lineup because we lost a guy like Marty Gant and Daniel Aldrich. You lose the Conference Player of the Year and the National Freshman of the Year from a year before out of your offense. There's going to be some question marks. I think the pressure really is more so on the pitching side. You lose the pitcher of the year in the conference, and Christian Powell, Josh Renfro, weekend starter, all-conference guy, and 2, in my opinion, the best relievers in the conference last year with Kyle Owings and Dave Peterson. You lose those 4 arms, that's a lot of innings and a lot of wins and saves to replace. So that's going to be the big thing that I'm going to look for, is how consistent we are this weekend pitching-wise. And we have guys that are very capable, but they just haven't been in those major roles.
I don't think there's added pressure. We have the same expectations we had last year, and while we did lose power, I think top to bottom will be a better hitting team this year. We're not going to have the big numbers like we had for home runs like from Marty and Aldrich, but I think we're going to have a higher batting average, and I feel really good. I threw against the starters last Friday, and I sat down in the dugout and noticed that we have a pretty good lineup, so I'm feeling good about our lineup.
I think our guys are tired of playing against each other and excited about the season starting and playing against somebody else. We expect to have a very tough weekend against Xavier, who we've played in the past, a very good program. They return 3 weekend starters, the 3 guys that they're going to pitch against us all through 70-plus innings last year. So, I expect a very difficult task of trying to score runs against a veteran pitching staff that they have. So it's going to be a tough test, but I think we're excited about it.
Here are the key returners for this year's College of Charleston baseball team. Brandon Murray had a terrific season last year. In left field, hit .330 with 12 home runs and 42 driven in. A preseason All-Southern Conference first team. Bradley Goodson, third baseman, hit .276 last year, 8 home runs, drove in 42. Preseason All-Southern Conference second team. And Matt Pegler, look at his numbers from last year, 10-2, a 2.83 ERA with 66 strikeouts, only 20 walks. And as we just said, the preseason Southern Conference Pitcher of the Year. We'll stay on the diamond, go from baseball to softball. Shelly Horner and her girls had a great finish to the season last year, made a nice march through the Southern Conference tournament. Unfortunately, they lose to Georgia Southern in the final. Let's take a look at the Southern Conference preseason softball poll. Georgia Southern owns the top spot here in the preseason poll, followed by Chattanooga. College of Charleston at number 3 in the preseason. Appalachian State and Elon round out the top 5, followed by UNC Greensboro at 6. Western Carolina, Sanford, and Furman. Got a chance to catch up with the head coach and preview the upcoming season.
We are very excited for the season. Obviously, we're ready to begin our journey. Obviously, the ultimate goal is the SoCon Championship, but we're taking every day just step by step. And, we're really focusing on our individual goals in order for our team goals. And so everyone, getting better every single day. in turn helps our team, which is the ultimate goal. We're building great team chemistry, and we've got a lot of drive right now. Obviously, ending last year was pretty bitter, the past 2 years. So, you know, we have worked tremendously hard in the off season, and we are coming together very nicely right now. You know, we are very, very excited about our pitching staff right now. Stephanie Saylor has been an all-conference pitcher for us. Hope Clicker coming in last year as a freshman and pitching extremely well, especially at the end of the year. Those two have just done a great job. But what's even better this year is that they understand more of the expectation. And I think that is really neat to see, that they have worked extremely hard, not only on their pitches, but getting better endured, especially for the end of the season, because we talk a lot about what our breakdown was, and it was pitching. That's not a secret, and so they take that to heart. We are pretty balanced, and that's very exciting too. You know, I can't say enough of how excited I am about this team. They are energetic at practice, day in and day out. I'm not saying I'll see the lineup change quite a bit throughout the season, but it could, depending on who's hot. We have depth in our hitting lineup, but we have speed, we've got power, and obviously we've got a lot of contact hitters, which will just string hits together. But that's neat. People get on base. We always talk about get on base, make things happen. Whatever, however, you know, just getting on base.
And here are the key returners for the softball team. Stephanie Saylor, is great to have her back. 16-13 last year with a 1.84 ERA. She absolutely did it all. 170 strikeouts. She also had 3 saves. And the preseason All-Southern Conference first-team pitcher. Lizzie Vaughn, the shortstop, hit .283. 3 homers, 20 driven in last season. She's preseason All-Southern Conference first team. And Kelsey Hodgson hit .299, just a hair under 300, with 11 home runs last season, 37 runs batted in. And again, preseason All-Southern Conference first team this year. Again, the baseball and softball seasons begin right around the corner. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll switch from the diamond over to the hard court. Men's basketball team still on a roll, and a big win for the College of Charleston women's basketball team as well. It all comes your way next year on Inside the Lines, brought to you by Hendrick Honda.
At Hendrick Honda of Charleston, you get our best price every day. When you buy a new or pre-owned vehicle, our Advantage program takes care of you for life. We offer a lifetime powertrain limited warranty, free towing and shuttle service, complimentary loaner cars, and paintless dent repair. Make Hendrick Honda of Charleston your first choice for your next vehicle. Visit us today at 1478 Savannah Highway in Charleston, or online at charlestonhonda.com.
Off speed, and it's crushed. Forget about it.
Makes a fantastic catch.
Into the wind, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2 gone.
Oh, put me in cold. I'm ready to play today. Put me in cold.
And welcome back to Inside the Lines, presented by Hendrick Honda here on CofCSports.com. We come to you from inside TD Arena here on the concourse, our new Wall of Fame. There you see Matt Leeds, former all-conference baseball player here. As we were talking about baseball and softball, now we'll switch over to basketball in the hard court, where it's been a big week for both the men's and women's basketball team. We'll start with men's basketball, and after winners of 6 straight, here are the latest Southern Conference standings. We'll start in the South Division. Davidson and the College of Charleston running 1 and 2. Davidson at 12-1, College of Charleston 10-3, and there you see the Cougars still with the most overall wins in the Southern Conference, 18 wins so far this season. Then it drops off a bit. Georgia Southern, Wofford, Furman, and the Citadel. In the North, Elon right now in first place in the driver's seat at 9-3, and then a bunch of teams all gathered up right behind them. App State at 7-6, Western Carolina 7-6, followed by Samford, Chattanooga, and UNC Greensboro. Got a chance to catch up with the College of Charleston head coach Doug Wojcik during our podcast this week.
I look at the stretch really without Trent. Not a lot of time to prepare. I look at the stretch at Baylor, at Charleston Southern, and at Elon as just a great accomplishment for this team. Yeah. And then, you know, we were continuing to grow and learn and everything. And then you had the lows of an Anderson and really the way you got beat down by Louisville. Yeah. And yet we just continue to kind of progress. And that's what it's all about, really. It's just unfortunate that we're in you know, our conference doesn't allow us to have those moments and still be a tournament team from an at-large standpoint. Right. If you're in the ACC, you can have that journey and still get to the NCAA tournament and in an at-large position. That's the only unfortunate thing, but I'm really proud of the guys. They've been unbelievable to travel with. There's a sense of maturity there. There's a sense of purpose there. I think we just continue to get better with the ball. I think our progress with the ball and taking care of the basketball. I mean, we got pressed the whole night Saturday night against Chattanooga and had 9 turnovers. So just really, it's hard to kind of summarize in 5 minutes. Right. But just, you know, you can't just judge us based on a loss, and you can't just judge us based on a win. But when you look at the whole picture and really the journey as a team and then as individuals, look at Theo. Look at Theo's progress from the beginning of the season to now. I mean, heck, I think he was so nervous at the beginning of the year he missed his first 5 or 6 free throws, and now in conference he's like a mid-70% free throw shooter. So, and I think they each have their own story that way as players. I think Andrew has become a better leader as the season has progressed. Sure. Not just a good offensive player. I think he's become a better leader. Anthony Stitt has really, you know, improved every area of his game. So it's exciting to see.
Big game for the men coming up this week on Thursday against Davidson again, #1 against #2 here in the South Division of the Southern Conference. Now we'll switch from the men's side over to the women's side. Speaking of Davidson, the College of Charleston women's basketball team continues to knock off some big teams. They just knocked off Davidson, a huge win. And with that, let's take a look at the updated women's standings now here in the Southern Conference. There you see Chattanooga still in charge of the Southern Conference in first place at 14-1 in conference play, 21-3 overall. Keep in mind, coming up this Saturday, College of Charleston will host Chattanooga, a huge game on Saturday. Davidson in second place at 11-2, App State at 9-4, Elon at 9-5, Sanford at 9-6 to round up the top 5, and the College of Charleston back to the 500 mark at 7-7, followed by Furman, Western Carolina, Georgia Southern, Wofford, and UNC Greensboro. Got a chance to catch up with a couple of the players this week, talk about that big win against Davidson, and looking forward to their big matchup on Saturday against Chattanooga.
Well, we came in saying that actions speak louder than words. We're done talking about how we're going to beat teams that are at the top of the conference. We had to come make a statement last night, and that's exactly what we did. We always have shown that we play hard, we hustle all for 40 minutes, but we need to just come out and actually take the win and finish a game, and that's what we did.
We've just been playing more together. I think that we're coming together as a team better, and we're learning each other and starting to believe in the coaching staff and buying into everything that they're saying. So I just feel like it was going to come either way. Like once we started putting everything together, the pieces are finally falling. I just feel like a lot of things were new in the beginning of the season, a lot of stuff for us to adjust to, and as the season went on, we were getting closer and closer to it, and I just feel like it's just finally here.
After Wofford, we were all upset. We all know we didn't play well at all. We just came together as a team and said we need to step it up a bit and beat the upcoming teams. In each game, we've had someone different step up.
I just feel like we're going to just practice how we've been practicing, bringing the same energy to the game, to practices, working hard, which we've been doing as a team, and we're going to go out there and compete.
Keep playing hard, keep playing like we have been. Everybody has their own role, and you just play your game every game, and we'll come up out on top.
And that'll do it for this week's episode of Inside the Lines here on CofCSports.com. Thanks for tuning in. As always, this week's show is brought to you by Hendrick Honda on Savannah Highway here in Charleston. Don't forget, if you have any questions or comments at all for the players or for the coaches, if you want us to pass those along, you can reach us via Twitter at Jeff_CofC. And now keep in mind, this week, whoever sends us their question and we use it on the air, we will give you a free T-shirt as well. Nice College of Charleston T-shirt. So again, you can reach us at Jeff_CofC, and we'll bring the player or coach on camera here to answer those questions. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you again next week right here on Inside the Lines on CofCSports.com.